Tonight, a seismic shift shakes Europe. In the heart of the continent, a decision has been made that could echo for decades. The world watches as Hungary, a nation with a complex past and a pivotal geographic position, steps boldly into uncharted territory. Hungary has officially joined the BRICS economic bloc, a move that has stunned both its neighbors and global observers. This is not just a diplomatic gesture, it's a declaration of intent, signaling Hungary's desire to play a larger role on the world stage. For the first time in history, an EU and NATO member is aligning itself with a group led by Russia and China. This unprecedented step blurs the lines between East and West, raising questions about the future of European unity and transatlantic cooperation. This is more than a headline. It's a turning point that could redefine alliances for a generation. The world's media is abuzz, and leaders everywhere are recalibrating their strategies in response to this unexpected development. Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, long a bridge between East and West, has now chosen a one-way road leading east. His decision is both bold and controversial, reflecting years of tension with Brussels and a growing affinity for alternative power centers. By joining BRICS, Hungary is betting its future on a new world order, challenging the post-Cold War consensus that has defined Europe for over 30 years. This move could reshape Hungary's economy, its foreign policy, and its place in the world. This is a profound political statement, signaling that global influence is shifting away from traditional Western centers. The balance of power is in flux, and Hungary's pivot may inspire others to reconsider their own allegiances. Hungary's move breaks from decades of Western integration, declaring a new path that unsettles its allies. The decision has sparked heated debates in Parliament and left European leaders scrambling to respond. The implications are immense and unfolding in real time. From economic partnerships to security arrangements, every aspect of Hungary's international relations is now in question. How will the EU and the US respond to a member state now aligned with a rival bloc? The game has changed, and the world is watching as a new chapter in European history begins to unfold. Hungary's leap to BRICS is not a sudden move, but rather the climax of years of mounting friction and ideological divergence with the European Union. This dramatic shift signals a new chapter in Hungary's foreign policy, one that has been building for over a decade. Since Viktor Orbán's return to power in 2010, Hungary has become the EU's most outspoken dissenter. Orbán's government has consistently challenged Brussels on a wide range of issues, from migration policy and judicial independence to media, freedom, and national sovereignty. These disputes have often put Hungary at odds with the EU's core values and collective decisions. Budapest has repeatedly wielded its veto power to block or delay key EU actions, especially those targeting Russia. Orbán argues that sanctions against Moscow hurt Hungary's economy more than they impact Russia, and he has not hesitated to use Hungary's position to extract concessions or stall EU unity. This persistent defiance has led to serious consequences. The EU has frozen billions in funding to Hungary, citing rule of law concerns and democratic backsliding. The relationship has grown increasingly tense, with trust eroding on both sides and a deep rift opening between Budapest and Brussels. Unlike other EU dissenters, Hungary has not just voiced opposition, but has actively pursued an alternative foreign policy. Orbán's government has sought to diversify Hungary's alliances, reaching out to powers like Russia and China, and signing new economic and diplomatic agreements that signal a desire for greater strategic autonomy. Orbán's so-called Eastern opening strategy is designed to position Hungary as a sovereign player, balancing its Western ties with new relationships in the East. The goal is to carve out a unique space for Hungary between the US, Russia, and China, and to reduce dependence on the EU. Today's announcement of Hungary joining BRICS may seem shocking, but in reality, it is the result of years of escalating disputes over values, direction, and Hungary's place in the world. The path to this moment has been paved by countless clashes and a growing sense of alienation. For Brussels, Hungary has become a constant source of frustration and unpredictability. For Budapest, the EU is increasingly seen as overbearing and unwilling to respect national choices. The mutual distrust has only deepened with time. This is the story of a partnership slowly and perhaps irrevocably breaking apart, a tale of shifting alliances, clashing visions, and the uncertain future of Hungary's place in Europe. Hungary's pivot to BRICS is driven by a desire for economic freedom. Budapest feels constrained by EU rules and seeks to diversify its economy beyond the euro and Western markets. BRICS offers access to new markets, investment and trade in alternative currencies, reducing reliance on the US dollar and euro. China is already Hungary's second-largest investor, and projects like the Budapest-Belgrade Railway tie Hungary to Eurasian trade routes. By joining BRICS, Hungary aims to become a logistics hub at the heart of new global supply chains. This is a rejection of the EU's inflexible economic model and a declaration of independence. BRICS' non-interference and mutual benefit appeal to Hungary's desire for autonomy. It's a bold bet that the world's economic center is shifting eastward. Energy security is at the heart of Hungary's BRICS move. Hungary's economy relies on Russian oil, gas, and nuclear fuel, dependencies that shape its foreign policy. About 65% of Hungary's oil and up to 95% of its gas come from Russia, making EU efforts to cut ties with Moscow nearly impossible for Budapest. The Pax nuclear plant, generating half of Hungary's electricity, runs on Russian fuel and technology, with Rosatom building its expansion. Joining BRICS formalizes and protects these energy ties, shielding Hungary from EU sanctions. Russia's nuclear diplomacy is a key soft power tool, and Hungary's membership ensures continued partnership. For Orbán, keeping the lights on outweighs ideological alignment with Brussels. Within BRICS, Hungary secures its vital energy lifelines. The logic is clear. Survival trumps politics. Energy dependence drives Hungary east. Hungary's BRICS move is a defiant stand for sovereignty against Brussels' perceived overreach. For years, Budapest has clashed with the EU over judicial reforms, media freedom, and migration. Hungary sees the EU as imposing a liberal ideology, erasing national identity. BRICS offers a global platform where non-interference is paramount, no ideological strings attached. Hungary's refusal to arm Ukraine has isolated it in the West, but aligns with BRICS' calls for diplomacy. By joining BRICS, Hungary gains new political allies and asserts its right to chart its own course. It's a clear message. Hungary will no longer be an outlier in the West. It's forging a new path. Hungary's BRICS entry shakes the EU's foundation, creating cracks in its unity. For the first time, the EU faces a member state formerly part of a rival global institution. European leaders fear Hungary could act as a Trojan horse for Russian and Chinese interests, undermining Western security from within. Trust within the EU is eroding, and every decision is now complicated by Hungary's dual loyalties. This sets a precedent for other dissatisfied EU nations to consider alternatives. Hungary's entrenched opposition to sanctions on Russia will only deepen as a BRICS member. The EU faces a strategic nightmare: bypass Hungary or accept paralysis on critical security issues. Hungary's move has thrown a wrench into European foreign policy. Hungary's decision to join BRICS is more than just a diplomatic move. It's a direct challenge to the established global financial order that has long been dominated by Western institutions and the US dollar. By aligning itself with BRICS, Hungary is signaling a desire to reshape the rules of international finance and assert its own economic independence. This move gives BRICS's campaign for de-dollarization a powerful new foothold in Europe, a region traditionally seen as firmly within the Western financial sphere. Hungary's participation adds a strategic European dimension to the bloc's efforts, making the push for alternatives to the dollar more credible and far-reaching. The BRICS nations are already experimenting with trading in their own local currencies, bypassing the dollar in cross-border transactions. They're also working to create new financial institutions that could one day rival the IMF and World Bank, offering loans and support without the political strings often attached by the West. Hungary's involvement brings these ambitious projects closer to reality. For Hungary, it's a chance to gain greater economic sovereignty, reduce its vulnerability to external pressures, and insulate itself from the financial leverage of Western powers. The recent freezing of Russian assets by Western countries served as a stark warning to others. Hungary, having witnessed how quickly assets can be seized or restricted, is now seeking a financial system where its own reserves and investments are less exposed to such risks. While the US dollar still dominates global trade and finance, Hungary's pivot is a clear signal that even Western-aligned nations are exploring alternatives. The cracks in the dollar's dominance are becoming more visible as countries look for ways to protect their assets and assert their independence. This shift could accelerate the diversification of central bank reserves worldwide and encourage more international trade to be settled in non-dollar currencies, gradually reducing the dollar's overwhelming influence. For the United States, Hungary's move is a worrying sign, a small but significant crack in the armor of the dollar, raising concerns about the future stability of the current financial system. While Hungary's step may seem modest on its own, it's a clear indicator of a shifting global landscape, one where new alliances and financial systems are emerging, and the old order is being quietly but steadily challenged. The world now watches Hungary's rapid integration into BRICS. Budapest will seek energy deals, infrastructure alignment, and tech partnerships with China and India. Hungary's dual membership is a test case. If it thrives, others may follow, especially in the Balkans and among EU states with grievances. The risks are enormous. EU pressure could escalate, even raising questions about Hungary's future in the Union. For the US, a BRICS member inside NATO complicates security and intelligence sharing. Hungary is now at the epicenter of a global realignment, its actions shaping the future of Europe and beyond. The world is fragmenting into competing blocs, each with its own rules and alliances. Hungary's choices will help write the history of the 21st century. The stakes have never been higher. Hungary's BRICS decision is more than a diplomatic maneuver. It's a symptom of a world being remade. The post-Cold War order is unraveling, and Hungary has embraced a vision where power is diffuse and sovereignty absolute. Europe must now confront deep divisions within its own ranks. The EU faces existential questions. Can it accommodate a member in a rival bloc? For the US and its allies, Hungary's move is a wake-up call. The BRICS alternative is gaining appeal even in the West. This is a competition of ideas, and the outcome is uncertain. Hungary's choice could create a new path for Europe and the world. Whether it leads to prosperity or division remains the great, unanswered question of our time.